What is up, guys? Welcome back to Esk8 Exchange, the show where we talk about electric skateboards, the Esk8 industry, the electric skateboard world, I guess, in general.
Crazy world.
Today is episode 11. We are back from our Thanksgiving break. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving here. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving wherever you're at, or if you're international and you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had just a general good week.
If it wasn't for you, I would have missed Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep, Mark almost slept through our Thanksgiving dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you load up on turkey too early?
No, I was just taking a nap, and I forgot to set my alarm.
Oh, nice.
And Mike was knocking on my bedroom door. I was like, oh, nice.
Yep. Pretty much.
I think I was knocking on the oven door all day. I couldn't wait for that thing to come out.
So anyways, it was a good week for everybody. Yes. So you went to Florida, right?
Yeah, we went to Florida. Saw some family down there.
Yeah, and you brought your board down there.
I did.
You brought your full size quad down there.
Yeah, it was a interesting experience. It's not back yet. But I'm
okay
crossing
with
my
it?
fingers.
Oh, you
no.
shipped it?
I shipped it ahead. Yeah.
Oh.
I dismantled it a little bit.
Did you like ship it to a family's house?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Yeah. Shipped it to my brother-in-law's house.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
It was cool. It was worth it.
Yeah.
$80 each way. It's not
Yeah,
too bad.
it's a big board. That's
It
a
was
big
heavy,
box.
38 pounds.
Yeah.
Got it into a smaller box, though, so I think that helped.
Yeah, for sure. I think we get questions all the time about how people can travel with their boards. They want to go on vacation with their boards, and you can never bring them on the airplane. So I
Right.
always recommend try every hotel that I know of will allow you to ship packages to yourself ahead of time, and they'll hold them for you. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't
You
know
have to
that.
call. You have to call them and ask, like, hey, how do I put my address? Like, what's the address, and how do I make sure that it goes to me? So they'll figure out how to they'll have you put a reservation number in the second address line or some way that they know it's for you. But most of them will allow you to ship things to the hotel for you.
You could also just have it shipped to like a UPS pickup center.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
could.
totally.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
could.
There's plenty of different ways
I've done
around
that
it.
with my bike for like Ironmans and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So there's plenty of ways around it, and honestly, I would love to do that. I still have not gone on vacation with my board yet, and I'm still itching to do it. So it's definitely a cool time. So you guys went riding.
It was worth it.
So you brought your board to family's house. Is that on your side or your wife's side?
That's on Christina. That's on my wife's side.
Okay.
Yeah. It's her sister.
And your
then,
brother-in-laws have boards as well?
Yeah, he's I call him like the Esk8 sensei. My
Okay.
Esk8, right? So he's the one that got me into it.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I don't get to ride with him that often anymore now that they've moved back to Florida, but
Yeah.
I was able to this week. So
Cool.
that was pretty rad.
And then
We put in 150 miles in 5
Oh,
days. Yeah, it
all
was
right.
good. It was
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, it was
Then
fun.
did your wife brought her board too?
No, we didn't take Christina's.
Oh, no,
we
no,
left
no.
that one at home, and
Okay.
she rode one of his extra ones.
Oh, okay, cool. So
and
he
it's still alive.
Yeah. So so you told me that your wife had a little crash.
She had a little wipeout. We were crossing a bridge. It was kind of a little sketchy bridge. There was like a lip on the concrete.
Okay.
So we slowed down, me and my brother-in-law. So we were watching the ladies come across the bridge, and his wife got across okay, and I saw my wife coming, and there was just something was off. And before she got to the bridge, she got a little wobbly.
Okay.
And she hit the ground pretty hard. Luckily, it
Yeesh.
had full face helmet.
Okay.
She had pads on. But it was a good smack.
Okay.
And I think not the worst. The worst is her falling. But as she's getting up, checking herself out, she starts looking around for the board, and we're watching the board just slowly go across the road and go right over the side of the edge into a ravine.
Oh, no.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was.
And then the board's gone?
Yeah, we thought so. So I'm hauling ass, running back to her. I check on her first. She's
Like a good husband should do.
Like a good husband,
Yes.
right? And
Good.
even in the back of my mind, I was like, I just hope she's not hurt.
Right.
You don't want anything to be bad, but you're also kind of thinking about the board that went over the edge into a
Right.
river. So I checked on her. She was cool. She started looking around for the board, and I knew exactly where it was. So I kind of jumped over a guardrail and climbed down in the mud. I got dirtier than the board.
Really?
So it managed to. It was like there were some guardrails, but it managed to just roll over the edge. It landed on its back, and one tire ended up halfway in water. But it
Okay.
was literally surrounded in water. I mean, it's Florida. It's a swamp, right?
Right.
But it was surrounded by water, and nothing happened.
Did you see any alligators?
No gators. No.
Dang.
We were in like a one of those like master plan communities.
Okay, yeah.
We never left the neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
We would drive 20, 30 miles a day, and you never had to leave the neighborhood.
Oh,
It
that's
was
a big
so
that's
cool.
a big neighborhood,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was so cool. That was
So
awesome.
so the board was fine. Now is she okay?
She was good.
Some
She
scratches, some bruises?
She got a nice little strawberry on her hip.
Okay.
And then her hand is just really bruised.
Okay. Yeah.
Really bruised up. But she did actually hit her face on the ground. But with the full face, she had a full face, like real motocross helmet. And there's like one little scratch on the nose and a scratch on the the visor. So I wouldn't say that she smacked her face by any means, but she definitely
shook her up.
She definitely put her face on the ground.
Well,
yeah.
Honestly, it's probably best case scenario.
Yep.
She got caught. You're not really gonna get out of a decent fall without some kind of scratching,
Right.
some bruising, but nothing broken, and her face is fine. So.
One of those weird ones too, where she had like no rips in her clothes, but she had abrasion. So it was really just like a clothing abrasion, I guess you could call it.
And then the board was totally fine. What was she riding?
She was on an Evolve Bamboo GTX with a new battery. It's the same board he's had since 2017. It's It's like a top 10 serial number, an original GTX. So we're definitely trying to keep that thing on the road.
Right,
the battery had to get upgraded, but the rest of it is actually almost all original from 2017.
And then
just
it was
new
fine.
motors. Yeah, it was totally fine.
Oh,
a little muddy, cleaned it.
So it made for a good story, I guess.
She kept riding. We did another.
Oh, just got up and kept going.
I mean, she was a little shooken up, so we took our time.
Right.
But I think we went another 7 or 8 miles after that.
Wow, that's great. I mean, I'm glad she's okay. I'm glad she didn't go over the edge with it.
I'm pretty proud of her, man. She's taken some pretty decent spills, and she never, gets mad. She doesn't cry. Not like she just bounces up and she's I'm fine. But the next day, always the next day, my hand hurts, my leg hurts. I'm like, I told you yesterday it was gonna hurt.
You're right, for sure.
She takes the initial spill.
That's good. Really, I mean, the adrenaline's pumping at that point.
I think so.
And then when it wears off, she's starting to get achy.
She gets a little soft after
for sure. That makes sense.
It's all good.
So Thanksgiving's a nice holiday for a lot of people, but my favorite holiday is Black Friday.
It's like the Super Bowl for you.
Yeah, that's right. So we are very busy all week. We're actually should be shipping right now, but we're going to take a 45-minute break to film this really quick.
Sorry, folks.
So Mark, I apologize that you're going to be maybe a little behind. I apologize to everyone else. We're going to be 45 minutes behind schedule here, but I think I think the podcast is really important.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing it. I know a lot of people like to listen. So. Did you guys buy anything on Black Friday, electric skateboard related? I'm sure Mark didn't.
Not electric skateboard related.
You buy something on Black Friday?
I bought a few things on Black Friday. Yeah.
You want to share anything interesting?
I bought a kitchen table from IKEA.
Oh, nice.
Because the table I had was from a garage sale, and my friend jumped on it when he was drunk one night and broke the entire table.
Nice, great.
So I got one of those. And then
did he buy your new table?
He paid me for a third of it.
Okay, that's fair.
So he broke a third of it?
Well, yeah.
Figured like a third in a case of beer or something would be good for me.
We all split it 3 ways because I live with 2 roommates.
Okay,
so
got it.
We all split it 3 ways. And then I bought some Lululemon pants.
Nice.
And then I bought a few gifts for Mary and you.
Oh, shit. Nice. Okay, all right.
I was thinking about initially I thought I had nothing, but I swear my phone must have been listening to me because there it was. This is an email that says your order is being delivered. I hit up Splattergoat, man.
Did you?
2 for 1.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
So what is that?
So Splattergoat. You can
go for it.
All
go
right.
for it.
So Splattergoat, they are based in Ohio, I believe. They print custom grip tape.
Oh,
so they start with this white Jessup grip tape, and they use a gigantic UV printer, and they print this beautiful. I mean, the prints look spectacular. Wow. They print directly onto the grip tape. Really, really cool. I really want one of those printers. They're very expensive.
So I grabbed a new tape for my brother-in-law, my Esk8, and he's big into MotoGP. So if any of y'all saw my post over Thanksgiving, I was sitting in a garage, basically like I was doing now, and in front of me had a Repsol CBR 1000 Honda and a CBR 600 Honda Repsol for his 16-year-old son, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And then we would just watch, like, we were watching Rampage, we were watching MotoGP all weekend. Like, it was nuts. All the boards are lined up on a wall. It was like a big toy store for me.
That's cool. I'm going to pretend like I know what motorcycles you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Be impressed.
I didn't even know those were motorcycles.
Yeah.
It's all good. You said Honda, and Mark was like, oh, there's some cars sitting in there. Yeah, Honda lawnmower. That's cool.
I did like a custom, which hopefully he's not listening, but I don't think he is. A a custom tape for him. It's got like his logo on it. It's got the Honda logo.
That's cool.
And then I did one for my neighbor also.
Oh, nice.
I got him hooked up with a board a couple months ago. He totally loves it, and we were drinking one night, and he starts jamming out to Metallica. And
Oh, cool.
how happy Metallica made him. So I figured I could throw together a pretty sweet little Metallica tape. So I did that. We'll throw some bumpers on it, some matching bumpers. Same with my brother-in-law. It'll come out pretty slick. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Nothing's cool.
Nothing for my
Splattergo is very cool. Not sponsored.
No,
but
good dude though.
Splattergo. We don't have sponsors, but I guess
awesome.
I'm open to it. You know, we
I'd be
sponsor
down.
our own show, I guess.
I'd be down.
No, that's a cool company. We were talking to him about coming out to the convention. I haven't followed up with them a little bit. They had to figure out what their schedule was like.
Yeah,
a lot of companies cannot confirm until.
I think we're gonna hear a lot like in January.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're
gonna get through the holidays first. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's really cool. That's a really cool thing. Splattergo's really a cool company. Like their work is really nice. I mean, at least what I've seen on Instagram and what I've seen on your boards, they do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, not my first one either. So I've definitely paid my fair share of full price with those guys.
So I bought a few things on Cyber Monday, nothing electric skateboard related, and nothing related to share. But I participated. But for MBoards, we had 158 orders over the weekend.
Whoa,
a lot. That's a lot of orders.
Whoa,
like we'll do up 250 to 300 a month. So we did 158 in one weekend. It's insane. Yeah. So I wanted to share some stats.
And we shipped out about 2/3 of those.
Yes, we're almost done. Actually, we are almost done. We shipped to 28 different states, including Washington D.C.
Nice.
And also, I went through our orders from the last the 4-day sale from Thursday to Monday, or from Friday to Monday, whatever. I just got a list of all the states that we've sent to because I wanted just to share who we shipped to. I had no idea how many customers we have from Georgia.
Really?
No idea. I had no clue.
Yeah.
No idea. So 10 to 15 orders went to Georgia this weekend, and I'm like, really?
I wonder if they
I don't know
each other.
Maybe I'm just
I wonder if it's the same city and they all just.
Now, what I didn't see though is if there were multiple orders from the same person, maybe, but there were definitely multiple Georgia addresses and multiple different cities.
Well, yeah, no one ordered 15 times.
No. But I was interested. I was like, no way, that's interesting. I just didn't realize.
There was a lot of international orders.
Lots of international. So we shipped to 11 different countries. Yeah. We shipped to obviously the United
Australia,
States, Canada the most.
Yeah, and Australia.
Australia, United Kingdom, Ireland, Belgium, France, Germany, Austria, Japan, and Malaysia.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
The Czech Republic too.
I missed that one.
I don't know if that was Black Friday, but
we have
in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, we have. Okay, yeah. So I just thought that was super interesting. California, mostly California. So much California. But I thought it was interesting about Georgia, and I thought it was interesting to see Malaysia on there. I don't know if we've ever shipped there before, but here we are. Oh, Maddie's saying yes, we have shipped there before. But anyways, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Anyways, that's pretty awesome.
I think we hit a few countries with board bumpers too.
Yes, we did. I did not pull the stats for board bumpers.
I think it was 2. But
2, yeah.
I think we did Australia about 10% of the amount of orders. But hey, I'll take 15 orders in a weekend. That was cool.
That was great.
Really cool.
Board bumpers is still very new for us, so we're trying to get it moving again, trying to get it active.
Still kind of figuring out what direction it's going to go. And
right. But we had a great weekend. I think it was a very good success.
I think, and I told you this, what made me probably the happiest of the weekend is that come Tuesday morning, my phone was still blowing up.
Yeah.
I was still getting questions. Today, it's been no different. I've been getting questions all day.
Yep.
Now, mind you, there's not as many orders because people just don't take advantage of the Black Friday, but the communication and just the interaction we've gotten back since this last weekend, super positive. Yeah.
So that's good. And more so selling things is nice and getting income for the business is nice. But what I'm more stoked about is actually people getting their hands on our pulleys because they haven't had it. People haven't had these for over a year or more.
I think people didn't know that this was a thing.
Yeah.
That you could upgrade, you could change, you could switch out, this easily. Of course, we all know there's different wheels, but you got to power those wheels somehow. So
so
we're coming back.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see these people with our products in their hands and start spreading the word within their community, within their smaller skate groups.
Yep.
And try to build from there. 'Cause I just think it's really cool. I'm really excited to be able to start reviving board bumpers. It's taken a lot of effort and time, especially balancing 2 businesses. It's been wild. But I'm excited. I'm super stoked to get all that stuff out, shipped to everybody. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see all the pictures that people are sending us of their stuff installed, which is
Show 'em
really
off.
cool for
Love
sure.
to see it.
So anyway, super excited about that. We do have a badass build of the week. If you all wanna look at it,
Yeah.
there's a little email that goes with it. So the email goes, "Hi, I'm Daniel, a 22-year-old from Texas and a big fan of the podcast. I was the first to comment pizza on episode 1. Thank
Pizza
you.
man.
That's pretty awesome. My build originally started with a traditional skateboard deck cut into a pin-shaped style, holding a Foxbox Unity 3,000-watt direct drive motors and with double kingpins, which I reduced to a single, a 10S 3P40T battery pack, 120mm wheels, Cloud Wheels VX2 remote, and an XL MBoards enclosure." All right, I can kind of envision that. I can picture
Nice.
that in my head. I have pictures, though. I'll show everyone pictures. With the battery percentage indicator, the furthest range I've gotten was 35 miles, and the least was 23 miles when with high speed. So he was just cruising.
Yeah.
So 35 miles of range. That's right on. Actually, that's higher.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think that's higher than our range rating.
Mhm.
Actually, that's
That's
pretty good.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
We advertised
Especially
30.
on Cloud Wheels
30.
too.
I think we say 30 plus, right?
Yeah.
So 35. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah. And on Cloud Wheels.
It's a big
So if he had
difference.
thrown it's direct drive, so it's hard to get anything smaller than that on there. But if you, for example, if he were on 97s or 105s,
You would've
Yeah.
got it.
you'd have gotten more.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive, actually. He weighs 140 miles, or I'm sorry, he weighs 140 pounds. So that also plays into it. He's a more of a lighter guy. Sadly, it was only after a few weeks that I realized that the drop down deck wasn't a good idea, and he ended up bashing his enclosure and battery percentage indicator on a curb or something,
Oh no.
and scratched up pretty bad. He had since replaced the enclosure, threw some nose guards on there. No longer has a drop deck, and it looks a lot nicer. So he said it has been a lot of work from start to finish, but I wanted my second electric skateboard to be a DIY, and I'm proud of the outcome overall. Thank you for considering my submission to be on the podcast.
Nice.
So there you go. Yeah. So anyway, so I will show you. I'll pass around photos. There you go. You can kind of take a look at them.
Ooh,
They're pretty
the
cool.
ice blue.
Yeah, that's the blue wheels, the blue Cloud Wheels, which we don't carry any of the colors right
Yeah.
now. Cloud Wheels are just so expensive right now.
Yeah.
They're so expensive. I'd love to start doing more colored wheels.
Mhm.
Maddie was telling me we should start doing. We have to buy another batch of 97s pretty soon. Maddie was saying we should try to get some more colors in. We might do it. They're just wheels right now. Everything really, but wheels are really
I think a red would be cool.
Red
like
would
the
be really
same
cool.
red as the battery casing.
yeah. I'm thinking if we do wheel
very
colored,
cool.
we'll do black, of course. We'll
Yeah.
do red. We'll do blue, and maybe
I like the green.
the green's pretty cool
I dig
too.
the green.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen the battery percentage indicator on the bottom of the enclosure. I
Right.
always see it on the side.
Yeah. So what's cool about it, putting it on the bottom, is
I like
that
this deck too.
when it's on,
cool.
it'll actually shine a little bit on the ground, and it'll give your board a little bit of an underglow. Not much, because it's not a bright light. It's bright enough to see in the dark, but it's not meant to actually cast
Yeah.
light. But it does look pretty good.
Good work, Daniel.
It's good. Yeah, good
Approved.
work, Daniel, dude. It looks
Two
really good.
thumbs.
Very good.
Speaking
yes.
of
Two thumbs.
emails, by the way, I got an email yesterday, I believe.
Okay. Oh, I don't know about this.
No.
Okay.
And you know the older dude that I showed you the YouTube short of him riding under like a Ford Raptor
Yes.
on his board?
Yes.
So he made another YouTube video about his goal to ride from Boston, Massachusetts
Okay.
to, I believe, San Diego.
Wow.
I could be wrong on the
Exact
California
dates.
city,
Okay.
but I know it's from Boston and I believe it's from San Diego. But he's planning on doing this in either July 2023 or July 2024.
He's gonna do it in the summer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hot.
He
Okay.
hasn't. Well, the reason he's doing that is because he needs to go then to get away from most of the rain that happens on the East Coast.
Oh, good idea. Okay.
And then by the time he gets over to the West Coast, it won't be as hot.
If he
But,
stays north, it won't be
Yeah,
the
it won't be
worst.
too bad.
But you
Yeah.
can't go through Texas and all that in
Yeah.
July.
but he
No way.
he made a whole YouTube video and he's riding like an MBoards board, and he
Okay.
sent me this email about like this video, and he's like, I would really appreciate it if you'd watch it.
Oh, I
and
haven't seen
see.
it yet. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good though.
Is it on? It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to
He
put it in
doesn't
the link
really
just-
have much of like writing in it. It's like a lot of just like
His
him
plan. His
talking.
plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like him talking is well thought out and stuff. He just hasn't really
Probably better
nailed
than us.
down. Yeah. He hasn't nailed down like who he wants to bring with him
Yeah.
and like where
I'll
he's going
join
to
him.
stay, where he's
Yeah,
going to
that's
go to
cool.
the bathroom and all that.
Yeah.
He hasn't really nailed any
He's
of
gonna
that
need
down.
a chase vehicle of some
Yeah,
kind. He's
that's
gonna need a
cool.
support
yeah,
team.
for sure.
Does he know? Does he have a plan on how many miles he's gonna ride a day, and how he's gonna work that out with his batteries?
I'm not, the video didn't say,
Okay.
but he might. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was like pretty funny too. Like
That's
just
cool.
the way he was talking. He was like, I don't know if I should bring one of my sons.
Oh,
but
geez.
then like the other son might get like upset because I'm not bringing them. And then he's like, and my daughters would never like. They would never.
All the family drama mixed in with that. Yeah.
And then he's like his wife is his biggest like cheerleader, but she would
great.
never get on a board or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But I just thought it was pretty
That's
cool.
really cool. That's
he's planning on doing like a 3,000 mile.
If he
trip.
does that,
That's
he will
huge.
beat the record
Yeah.
by a ton.
He's trying to
like
break
triple the record.
He's trying to break the record for that. He's trying to break the record for the oldest on an electric
Okay.
skateboard to do that, and he's trying to break the record for east to west coast United States.
Okay.
So like they're all like the same record pretty much, but it's just 3 different things.
Yeah,
And I
that's
thought it
really
was
cool.
Triple crown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I
you
mean,
guys,
figured
you
you'd
guys
like
hold
that.
the record currently.
so
still, right?
no,
Or
so the team that I worked with, they had the record for about a year, and then a girl in Germany beat it by
She's
a
like
little
17
Wow.
or
bit.
something.
Some young girl in
Yeah.
Germany beat their record by like 100 kilometers or something.
Yeah.
So how not to get off, but how does that actually break down? Was it like a certain amount of mileage you had to do in a certain amount of days?
So they
or-
don't. So I don't know the exact rules.
think if it's just
I think it
consecutive
has to be
days.
consecutive days. I think you
Okay.
have to ride every day.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I know the Guinness Book of World Records, they may have had minimum miles per day type thing. I don't know for sure. I wasn't part of like
Even if you did 100 miles a day.
right.
That would still take 30 days.
I know.
Yeah, it's like a
every
whole month, and
single
that's
day.
I
100.
think he's planning on taking about 2 to 3 months to do this,
Yeah.
like straight.
It's gonna
Is
take
that
them forever.
So even 2 months, it's 50 miles a
Yeah.
day. It's 2 full
It's
batteries
crazy.
basically.
yeah, like that's impressive. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
really
deep.
difficult.
And he's like 45, 50, I think. Like
Yeah.
he's not some young dude. Like
right.
yeah.
That would be difficult for anybody, really.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
So
cool.
I hope he does it because I would
Yeah.
love to see that. If he does come through Vegas, we'll have to come see him come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a really tough
He
one.
honestly might because it kind of lines up with where he's coming.
Yeah,
He
it's
might
just
go
gonna be
like
hot.
more central.
It's
Nevada,
gonna be real hot
but
during that part, but yeah. But hey, whatever. That's really cool though. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see that. So speaking of batteries, I guess in general, I wanted to talk about batteries and like the way that we've approached batteries in the past, and now. So when we first started carrying batteries in our shop, I used to build them by hand, which I talked about this episode 1. I think we talked about how I had no business building batteries. I didn't have any experience. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I learned some stuff, and I started building them for my boards. I started offering, people started asking for them. I started offering them. And I actually got one. I got a message like a week ago, like right before our sale started. It was a picture of one of my original batteries, and it had finally just died on him 3 years later.
Wow.
I was like, that's
Still cooking.
nuts. And I'll put a photo of it up right now. But it looks horrible. It looks not aesthetically pleasing at all. It's not cute. It looks like
Hey,
if you-
got the job done.
if you set it down at a bus stop, you'd have the SWAT team all over it. It
That's
would look
awesome.
horrible.
But it worked.
But it worked for 3 whole years. He was very impressed with it, and he came back. I think he bought another one, or is planning on buying another one from us. Anyways, from there on, I figured, you know what? Let me leave the battery building to like an actual pack manufacturer. I just felt like that was the best way to go, just because that's their living. They do that. That's what they specialize in. But I've started thinking about it recently with all the logistical nightmares, the battery shortages. Like, how can we improve where we're at now? Like, because right now it's around the end of the year. I'm reflecting back on the whole year, and I'm trying to make some more, New Year's resolutions. Try to improve MBoards, because I think that's the most important thing. And I feel like part of it is I think it's really time to start bringing battery assembly in house, pretty soon. And maybe not right away, but it's going to happen very, very soon. I think we'll probably end up to the point where we have some packs coming in, and we'll also be building some packs at the same time. And I think we'll fully transition into building our own pack. So a couple things that I've been considering is So first of all, I ran the numbers. With the biggest part about the batteries is the shipping costs once they're all done, because they're very heavy. They take up a lot of space because you have to pad them really, really well.
It's like 35 boxes or something.
Yeah, well, it's insane. So the biggest thing is I can build like a 12S4P for less than I can land a 12S3P, which is very interesting, right? That's 30% more battery right there.
Wow.
That's
and
a
you
big
could
difference.
start taking on some of the custom battery builds too.
Yes.
'Cause there's a lot of people that ask for like 12
tons of custom stuff that we get asked all the time, and I'd love to start doing it.
Please note that I'm in line for that.
Yes. Jacob's been. Yes, Jacob will have a. So anyway, I recently bought some stuff. I bought 1,000 P42A mollicell cells, which, geez, just casually dropped 5 Gs on battery cells yesterday. It's insane. I bought a K-Weld spot welder and power supply, which, as far as all my research, I've been doing a lot of reading, tons of video watching, like a lot of stuff. And that's by far the best spot welder that I've seen. Now, they make the big industrial ones that are, legit, but as far as single person use, like small operation type thing, it is one of the best spot welders I have found. And I went and I bought the power supply for it and like all the different attachments for it, so it's like as best as I can get it. Ready to go. So I'm really stoked about that. And right now I'm currently working on getting custom like nickel strips, like custom shaped nickel strips done. So like if you're building like a 3P or a 4P or an 8P or a 6P or whatever you're doing, all the different cell groups have custom nickels, so that way you can, like, all the cell groups get welded up really nice together, and then you have like the different tabs built in for like soldering all the wires and series connections and stuff, which would be really cool. And we'll start selling all the nickel,
So
all the nickel strips too, because for anyone who else wants to build batteries, because cutting all the nickel strip into little bits, that's such a pain in the ass. One of the biggest things that I've read online is that all your nickel strip have to have nice curved edges, because they'll start wearing through all your insulators. So all of our nickel strips are like these beautifully like rounded edges, all pre-cut. So it's really exciting.
They look like Mike and Ike's.
Yeah, kind of. Anyway, so I'm really excited about that. So we're working on that. I'm working with some BMS suppliers, getting some of that stuff in, and then we're going to start trying to assemble. We'll do a bunch of different tests. I want to make sure they're nice and ready to go before we even start selling it to anyone. So you'll end up getting a pack built for free because I just want to make sure.
Got to ride it. Got to test it, yeah. But I'll ride it hard. So.
Yeah. But like honestly, like back 4 years ago when I was building these packs, compared to the knowledge I have now, is night and day.
Yeah.
Like literally back when I was building the packs, I was just following a tutorial step by step. Now it's like I understand the actual concepts behind all of that. I understand like the insulation, the rules, like not crossing your BMS wires.
And aesthetics are important, man.
Aesthetics are really important.
For all of us that like to take our boards apart and tinker with it all the time, there's nothing worse than cracking your board open and seeing a rat nest of wires and all sorts of glue and random stuff everywhere. So I know you'll dial that in. That's great.
So, and I'm really excited. We're going to do all of our shrink wrap clear. We'll call it the transparent series, so people can see inside of it. That's the biggest thing.
No hiding behind all that plastic.
I want everyone to be able to see inside so they can see how it's all wired. They can see it all.
That's cool.
It'd be really cool. Yeah. I'm excited about that too. So that's what we'll call it, is the transparent series. And we'll see. And
isn't there like pieces of like cardboard?
No, it's epoxy board. And you can do stuff like that. But another thing is our packs will be flexible. Our current packs are not flexible.
Solid.
So that's one of the things, like you don't have to use the epoxy board. You can use it, but you don't have to use it. It's just an additional like insulation, fire safety, all that. But in reality, all of our P groups will now get extra wrapping. So in reality, we're just changing the method of assembly. It's not like we're taking the epoxy board out. We're just changing the way. So you can use it, and a lot of companies do use it. That kind of helps keep our packs very nice and like strong, but also it gives them a nice boxy look. But we don't need that. Like a lot of really, it makes more sense to have them more shaped like the cells, because they'll fit better in things. So I think, and also our BMSs will be more loose, so that our customers can stack their BMS on top of their ESC. So it'll be a little bit easier to put everything in an enclosure. Because right now our BMS is inside the overall pack, and then
it makes it thicker.
It makes the whole battery longer because there's a BMS section.
So
now
it doesn't go on top of the cells.
No, it
goes
doesn't.
on the side.
It used to. We used to do that, and then we
Oh.
moved them to keep the packs thinner.
I see.
So now, but it makes our packs like 3 inches longer, 4 inches longer. So now we'll be able to actually stack that on top of the ESC, so that way they can have a lot more room. Which is seemingly like that's what Evolve is doing right now.
Yep.
Is their BMS and ESC are stacked, which means they have just more room for cells.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So one thing though with the way that we're getting batteries done right now is that we have to order them in like huge batches. I think like the most money I've ever spent on a batch of battery was like $50,000. Like seriously, like we just $25,000 at the beginning of the month, $25,000 at the end of the month to get our giant batch of batteries.
But those are finished, built,
finished, done, ready to ship, right?
tested, yeah.
Well, we test them
you still
again.
have to test them, right?
But they are supposed to be tested on site, which I'm sure they are, because we've never received one that was totally dead or wrong or whatever. We've always our QC has always confirmed what their QC has told us. But the problem with like that is what I've noticed is we'll get hundreds of battery packs, all different variations, like a 6S2P, 10S2P, 10S3P, 10S4P, 12S3P, 12S4, like all the different, like we had 9 different variations at one point. And the problem was like one of the biggest things is like we'll sell out of like a 12S3P. Like let's bring it down to like our current 5. We have a 6S1P, a 10S1P, a 10S2P, a 10S3P, and a 12S3P. The biggest thing is like a 12S3P will sell out, but I'll have 50 10S2Ps on the shelf.
Yeah.
And now like the biggest problem with buying these giant batches is like now we're locked in. Like what those packs are is what they are now. Like I'm not going to break these packs down. Like that's crazy. That's not even safe to do.
Yeah.
So it's like now they're just stuck there. So like we have thousands of cells chilling here, but in the wrong orientation in a less desirable pack size. And now it's like our 12S3Ps are out for a while.
Yeah.
Like they're not. We're all in stock right now, but we've had that problem before.
Yeah.
So I feel like bringing production in-house, it's like, okay, we're getting low on cells, quit building packs, and let's wait and see which ones we actually need.
Yeah.
Then we'll build them to order. We won't build them quite to order because we still need to assembly line them.
You do like 5 or 6 at a time, or some sort of process.
Like back when I used to be building them, I used to build them beginning to end. And the problem with that is, first of all, you're way more prone to forgetting a step or forgetting something important because you're just doing it one at a time. When you do 10 at a time, you can follow more like a book on a guideline of things, and it's like it all gets done better when you can assembly line it out. So we'll continue doing assembly lines.
Thanks, Henry Ford.
Yes, thank you. Right for that concept. I'm not. You know what an obvious concept, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
Henry Ford's assembly line.
Oh yeah.
What an obvious concept that. Of course, it's obvious now, but like at the time, it's like, why didn't we think about that? I don't know. How we can even credit anyone with assembly lines is crazy. How is that just not an obvious thought? But
Ford was the first one to do it.
Yeah. But also the issue with buying those giant bulk orders of battery packs is that the production time takes the entire length of time from the first pack being made to the last pack getting done. So if we were ordered 200 battery packs, all those batteries sit in the production facility until all 200 are done. We won't get them until all 200 are done. And then they got to get shipped all the way here, which can take weeks as well. So it's like there's just a lot of time that's sitting around pretty much waiting. We're just sitting there waiting. Like, there's nothing being done. So I feel like at this point, if we bring them in-house, we have more control. We can kind of finesse this situation a little bit better. And I also think like we can make them better than they're being made now. There's a lot of small details that I've wanted to change out in our batteries, and it's like impossible to explain this to somebody. You have to show it to them, or you have to like build it and go, see, this is what I want. And I think I can easily do that with either an employee or whoever ends up building these packs. It'll probably be me for a little while.
Yeah.
Until I find someone who's capable of understanding what I'm trying to say. But like there's all the different things like, very, very small details internally in these packs that they just don't. I'm trying to explain to them that I want it a little bit better to make our packs a little bit higher quality, and they just aren't getting it. So I think the only way we can guarantee that these things are actually done is if we do them ourselves. So I'm excited to see that. And I do think like some of our smaller packs, I think will probably just continue to get made because, they're easy to make. But these bigger packs, I think the flex is a big thing. They got to be flexible. Although we've never had anybody break a pack.
No.
I think we've been criticized over these rigid packs, and I agree they're not ideal, but we've never had someone
Not
break
that
one.
I know of.
We've never had one break. So, but still, they should still flex because you should never put strain on a battery that you shouldn't. But they should. But anyways, our new ones will flex and they'll be awesome. But, I have a couple notes, but yeah.
I think the custom batteries will be nice for y'all. There doesn't seem to be a lot of coverage in the U.S. for the larger packs.
Yeah, because I get questions all the time. Where, can you make a custom pack? And I go, I'm sorry, no, we can't make a custom pack right now. And they go, okay, can you refer me to someone who can? And I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't.
There's maybe there's only
there are
a
a few,
handful that
yeah.
I know, by name,
Right.
like by a company name. There's a couple others, that guys advertise here and there, whether it's
Right.
on a forum or Instagram.
Well, there's a ton of individuals who do it, but
Right,
I just feel strange about going, yeah, go over to Billy Bob over there and he'll build you a battery.
Right.
To me, it's weird. Like,
Yeah.
I want to support the smaller individual guys, but at the same time, it's like they're not doing it they're not presenting their services in a professional enough way for me to feel comfortable saying, oh, yes, he does them.
Yeah.
They're great. There are plenty of builders on the forum and stuff that do beautiful work, but none of them advertise themselves or market themselves in a way where I feel comfortable pushing business to them. So I just can't.
There's not a whole lot when you go through the forums or Facebook, whatever. There's not a lot of responsibility on the other person. We're
Right.
shelling out our
Right.
own money to somebody that I don't know. We have to trust.
Right.
That has no background. So I get it. It
Yeah.
makes sense. It makes total sense.
Yeah. So I think bringing it in-house will be really good. I do want to be careful about custom packs because when you do custom packs, the only issue with custom is that they're all different.
Yeah.
And you have to really, with batteries, you have to be very specific about the way all the steps are done, make sure that they're all consistently correct, or else you can have some major problems, obviously.
Yeah.
But so it gets me nervous about that. But I do think,
I don't. But I think like if somebody got a 12S8P, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
much
Just
of
be
a different
double
build for you
what-
versus the 4P. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the special enclosures, or they
Right.
want the configuration. Like there
Well,
has to be some sort of
Yeah, like I'll be able to
constellation.
so I bought I'm getting the nickel strips done, the custom shaped ones for 1P, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8.
Oh,
So
nice.
unless it's anything other, like, so that's the only ones I
that's
can
the
do.
only like things
That's
that
the main
people have
ones.
said.
Yeah,
Like I haven't heard anyone say I want a 12S
5,
20P
5 or
or
anything.
something like
Well,
that.
they're
They do.
what it's starting is you're starting to see the higher voltage though. So you're
Yes.
starting to see 13 and 14.
Which that we can do. I
Right.
can do as many S's as you want. I
Right.
can do as many
Mhm.
series as you want. It's the parallel groups that I'm requiring for us to use the nice custom nickel strips.
strips, right?
I'm not gonna sit there and hand cut stuff. Like the big thing about production is that it has to be really, really like streamlined, the whole build process. Like I'm literally thinking about buying an automated wire cutter and stripper for like $600, just so it'll sit there and cut all my wire for me in the exact length that I need. And same thing with like an automated tape dispenser that'll spit out the exact length of tape that I need. Like, cause I'm not sitting there trying to like arts and craft these batteries together. They need to be done the exact same way every single time.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
no
think,
different than what they would do in the actual factory.
Well, right,
I mean,
exactly.
You're creating that environment, but just in a smaller scale, so that way you can communicate with these customers and give them what they want.
Right, exactly. So I think we'll be able to do that. I think that's our next person we'll bring on. Most likely is someone who can build batteries and assemble boards. But finding that person is going to be tough because, they're we'll have to, hopefully I'll be able to pay them what they're worth because they are worth a lot. But anyways, yeah, we'll go from there. I'm excited to see it, but so we have one extra like topic we like to do is unpopular opinion, but we don't have one this week.
No.
No one sent us their unpopular opinion. So if you have an opinion about electric skateboards, whether it's hub motors or what size wheels you use or grip tape or some kind of specific thing that you feel like you have an opinion on that may not be like the popular one, let us know in the comments below and we'll talk about it. We'll debate it next week.
I'm gonna tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, Jacob has a lot of very specific opinions, which everyone
do.
seems to. But Jacob's got a lot of strong opinions, but he's got like evidence and like facts and why he feels that way, and
Right.
will usually convince me.
Normally,
Somebody
sometimes.
can convince me.
I
why
sometimes
he's
walk away and I'm like, what did I just tell him?
right. Yeah, I don't know.
Am I gonna remember this next time he asks? I'm not sure.
I
Just
don't
go
know.
for it. Just go for it.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you have an opinion about anything, let us know. Mark, if they have watched the entire show, what should they comment below?
Let's see.
Crickets.
What did you eat for lunch today?
Just random food.
Just tell us.
And that's what we're
Yes.
gonna see in the comments. And people who didn't make it all the way are gonna be like, why is there who commented grilled cheese sandwich? Who put Taco Bell down here? What does this have anything to do with anything? No, that's a good idea. And if you guys have any questions about anything or any topics you guys want us to talk about, comment section below. You can message us on Instagram, the MBoards Instagram or Board Bumpers Instagram. We'll make sure it gets put in the show. Pretty much anytime anyone sends us anything, it ends up in the show.
Yeah.
So because why not? So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you
Next week.
next week. Yeah, we'll be back in a week. So
All right. See you guys.
see you guys later.